All right, Keegs, let's talk this here. I alluded to it earlier. Am I tripping here, or did the Patriots not trust Drake Maye at the end of the game? Because I saw the Colts trust their guy. By the way, I'm looking at the numbers as I even ask you this question. Anthony Richardson in this game, Keegs, it's not like he was cooking like you are on this show. 12 of 24, 109 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He did run it down the Patriots' faces, though. 9 runs, 48 yards, and a touchdown, of course. But, I mean, Drake Maye was cooking. 24-30, 238, a touchdown. Did have a pick. Well defense there by the Colts. I don't necessarily blame Drake Maye for that pick like we've seen in recent weeks where we say, oh, okay, that's a rookie mistake. That one was just great defense. I thought Drake Maye had a better game. 5 rushes, 59 yards. We know that long one of 41 yards. And as I said, although I do hear you, who's the receiver that you trust in the end zone to go up and get it, so to speak? We have seen in this league where, hey, I mean, some of this is coached too, where a ball is battered around, it ends up in the hands of one of your guys. You don't necessarily always have to make some crazy Megatron-type grab, which is why I would have much preferred to have Drake Maye throw it up in the end zone and see what happens. Instead, they elect to go with Joey Sly. We know the rest of the story. But on the other side, the Colts trusted Anthony Richardson, game-winning drive, and then screw overtime. We're going for 2. We trust our guy to get it done. I didn't feel that for Drake Maye. I do feel as though, Keegan, the Patriots did not trust Drake Maye in a clutch situation the same way the Colts trusted their guy, who, by the way, has accuracy issues, who has shown some leadership issues. Remember earlier in the season, man, I was tired. What, bro? He gets benched. So I just think Drake Maye has shown you more with a smaller sample size than Anthony Richardson has, yet the Colts trusted their guy more. Am I misreading it? Am I being unfair?
In terms of the final play, I think you might be misreading it a little bit, just because, like I said, the whole receiver thing, trusting your kicker, I think is something teams should do more. Yep. In terms of the math and the analytics, I don't know these numbers, but I don't necessarily know if I disagree with kicking that field goal instead of throwing the Hail Mary. So right there, I do disagree. I think at the end of the day, it's a team decision. It went into not who you trusted more, but what the better outcome could be in terms of the numbers.
Yeah.
So I understand that aspect of it. Where I think they could trust him a little more and they should showcase their trust a little more is in the middle of the game. Like the drive before their final possession, the drive when they went 3 and out and they kicked it to Indy, and then Indy walks down the field and scores. They take up a ton of clock. I don't understand running it 2 straight times, getting no yards, and then trying to throw for it on 3rd down. Because with the amount of time that was on the clock, it was 7 and some change. You're not going to run the clock all the way down by just running the ball down your throat. It's just not feasible. So on 1st down, when you get 1 yard, put the ball in your quarterback's hands. Let him make a play for you. They don't do that. They lose 2 yards. So now you're facing a 3rd and 11, I believe it was, where he has to go out and make a throw. He can't, because who can make a 3rd and you got to have it throw in that situation? And you end up punting the ball away and they walk down the field and score. So stuff like that, absolutely. They need to trust him more. They need to just be smarter in those situations. Drake Maye said it time and time again. We're a running football team. We play defense. That's who he wants to be. At this point, that's no longer what you are. You can run the ball effectively throughout the game, but in gotta-have-it situations, your offensive line is not equipped to go and get you a few yards on every play. So you need to trust your quarterback, the best player on your offense, to go out and make a few plays, get a few 1st downs, kill some clock. Because if they get 2 1st downs and then end up punting it away, Indianapolis is not able to score because it took them forever to get down the field. So at the end of the game, I believe it wasn't really a trust issue. It was just a matter of, what is our best chance to win, baseline, take away the talent aspect of it. Earlier in the game, absolutely, I agree with you. They need to trust him more. They need to put the ball in his hands and let him cook a little bit, because best player on the offense, future your franchise, let's give him a few key moments that he can build on heading into next year.
I think they can give him key moments down the stretch too. Keegs, think about this. Remember the Titans game. They chose to kick the point after, and then they go to overtime and they lose that game. That's a situation where, much like the Colts, I mean, hell, you could have went for 2. The season's over any damn ways. Just go for 2. Now, technically, the Patriots were eliminated from the playoffs after this Colts loss, but we knew back in the Titans week, a few weeks back. Yeah, this team's going nowhere fast. Go for 2, go for the win. How about the Rams game? 4th and 5, they took a field goal. Remember that? Down 28-19, trailing the Rams. That's a spot where it's like, bro, just let Drake cook. I guess here's where I'm looking at this, okay? And maybe we're just seeing it different. I look at dance with who you came with. In other words, Drake Maye, as you said, and I agree, Drake Maye is the alpha and the omega on this offense. He is doing everything. He is the best you got. So in every scenario, I'm willing to dance with who I came with. I'm willing to give Drake Maye the opportunity. I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to allow him, hey, we're going for 2 and try to win it. Hey, you know what? 4th and 5, we're down a couple scores to an elite team. Let's go for it. Like, screw the field goal. I'm not playing it close to the vest and playing it safe because you're not winning games any damn way. So what difference does it make? And I want to see my rookie stud in high-pressure situations. I hear you earlier in the games, maybe, let him cook. But I think even late, you should let him cook to see what you got with this kid because you're still evaluating him, obviously, as well, even though we like what we see. And then when my team's good, I know what I have in him because I've already tested him in these scenarios. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I think we're going to start to see it moving forward. I think
so, too.
These last 4 games, how many of them would you consider winnable? Maybe Arizona. Maybe. Right? Arizona's a decent football team. They have a chance to win the NFC West. So I wouldn't exactly call that a winnable game. And you're entering all of these with playoff teams who are fighting for position that aren't going to give you an inch.
Right.
So screw let's get 4 yards on 2nd and 3.
Right.
And try, or 2nd and 8 and try to get in position to pick up a 3rd down. F that.
Yeah.
Go out there and sling it. Like, give the kid the ball.
Yeah.
Let him go out there and throw it and show what he can do as a passer. Let him run around a little bit. Show what he can do as a runner. It would piss me off beyond belief if in these last 4 games they end up with a 50-50 rush pass total.
Yes.
I think that would be a mistake. We know what you have in Ramondre Stevenson. We also know what you have in the offensive line. It stinks and it's bad. So give the kid a chance to get out there with the ball in his hands and make a play. I think they will do that because in these games, they're going to be down a lot. So they're going to be throwing it a lot. And if he has to throw an 8-yard underneath route to Hunter Henry to pick up a 1st down 180 times, I'd love to see it because that's the future. That's what you have to look forward to. Not Antonio Gibson on 2nd and 8.
Right.
I'm all set. No, thank you.
I'm with you, man. Keegan Stiefel coming in hot from the top rope. You love to see it.